Maxwell. Impulse is right. Oh. No, don't add to my problems. Could have said there was some excitement.
Avocado.
Yes, it's avocado. India. That's right. That was the first clue, 5 points. Yeah, yes. Alfonso. Yes. Welcome to the National Science and Math Quiz. This is the first quarter-final contest featuring Keta Senior High School, St. Peter's Senior High School, and Opoku Ware School. On my far left is Keta Senior High School, represented by
Riddles last win, final year.
So, Sir Elena, 3rd year.
You are very welcome, gentlemen. If I may ask, how did Keta Senior High School prepare for the competition this year?
We noticed that the competition became very keener and very competitive. So we prepared very much, working on our speed, and then we also prayed a lot.
Okay. Next is St. Peter's Senior High School, represented by
Nyama Devon in your final year.
Miracle down your final year.
You are very welcome, gentlemen. And how did St. Peter's Senior High School prepare for this year's competition?
We did our best and we left the rest for God.
Closest to me is Opoku Ware School, represented by
Alfonso celebrated final year.
The two will be in BTN final year.
You are very welcome, gentlemen. I would like to know, how did Opoku Ware School prepare for the competition this year?
Our preparations have been quite tedious, but we know with God on our side, it will yield good fruits.
Contestants, as always, we have 4 rounds of competition. The first round is our round for fundamental concepts with simple and direct questions requiring simple and direct answers. All questions are to be attempted once only. Let's begin. I'm going to start with a preamble, and then I'll come to you, St. Peter's. Preamble to all schools. Give the name of the hormones that are responsible for the following activities in plants. That's the preamble. I hope you got it. Now, St. Peter's. They promote stem elongation and help seeds and buds to break dormancy. Yes, Mreku?
Gibberellin.
You are right. Keta, with the same preamble, they stimulate cell division, promote leaf expansion, and retard aging of leaves. Eleanor?
Florigin.
That's incorrect. Yes, Alphonsus?
Cytokinins.
You are right. Opoku Ware School. With the same preamble, they promote coleoptile and stem elongation. Yes, Alphonsus?
Oxen.
You are right. The next set of questions are to be answered in 30 seconds. You have a preamble once again. This is the preamble. At the initial moment, the displacement of a simple harmonic oscillator moving along the x-axis is 0, and the oscillator is moving in the positive direction. The amplitude of the oscillator is 20 centimeters and its frequency is 5 hertz. Please leave your answers in terms of pi where appropriate. Please, did you get your preamble? All right. Now, St. Peter's, what is the initial velocity of the oscillator? Mreku?
0 then.
Mreku?
0 meters per second.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, Alphonsus?
2 pi meters per second.
Yes. Keta, with the same preamble, when is the displacement of the oscillator first 10 centimeters? Yes, Elena.
At time t is equal to 5
That's
seconds.
incorrect. For bonus. The right answer is 1/60 seconds, or approximately 0.02 seconds. Opoku Ware School, with the same preamble, what is the acceleration of the oscillator when its displacement is 10 centimeters? Yes, Alphonsus?
10 pi square meters per second squared.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, Venunye?
Negative 10 pi squared meters per second squared.
That's right. The next set of questions are to be answered in 30 seconds, and this is your preamble. Find the next 2 terms of the given sequence. Your sequence, St. Peter's, 30, 29, 27, 24, 20, and so on. Miracle?
15 and 9.
Yes. Keta, with the same preamble, your sequence, 5, 7, 10, 14, 19, and so on. Cyril?
25 and 32.
Yes. Opoku Ware School, with the same preamble, your sequence, 3, 8, 13, 18, and so on. Yes, Alphonsus?
23 and 28.
Yes. St. Peter's, which of these can be found in nature in the uncombined state? Your options: iron, magnesium, sulfur. Yes, Meku.
Magnesium.
That's incorrect. Yes, Cyril.
Sulfur.
You are right. Your major question, Keta. Which of these can be found in the uncombined state in nature? Your options: gold, manganese, argon. Yes, Elnam.
Gold and argon.
You're right. Opoku Ware, which of these can be found in the uncombined state in nature? Your options: mercury, sodium, and carbon. Yes, Alphonsus.
Carbon and mercury.
2 out of 3. Mercury is not one of them. St. Peter's, what name is given to the modifications that make an organism suited for its way of life? Yes, Meku.
Adaptation.
You're right. Keta, what name is given to the maintenance of internal conditions of an organism within certain boundaries? Yes, Cyril.
Homeostasis.
You're right. Opoku Ware School, What name is given to the region of the Earth's surface where all organisms are found? Yes, Alphonsus?
Biosphere.
You're right. The next set of questions are to be answered in 30 seconds. St. Peter's. The thermal conductivity of copper is 400 watts per meter per Kelvin. What is the rate of heat transfer across a copper heat sink of thickness 2 centimeters and area 0.0025 meters squared when its cold surface is at 20 degrees Celsius and its hot face is at 80 degrees Celsius? Miracle.
200 joules per second.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 3,000 watts. Keta. The thermal conductivity of window glass is 1 watt per meter per Kelvin. What is the rate of heat transfer across a single glazed window glass of thickness 5 millimeters and cross-sectional area 2 meters squared when room temperature is 25 degrees Celsius and it is 35 degrees Celsius outside? Elinam.
100 joules per second.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 4,000 watts. Opoku Ware School. The thermal conductivity of iron is 80 watts per meter per Kelvin. At what temperature difference between the hot and cold faces of an iron plate of thickness 2 centimeters and area 1 meter squared will the heat transfer rate across it be 1,600 watts? Yes, Alphonsus?
0.4 degrees Celsius.
Okay. I have a preamble for the next set of questions. This is the preamble. State the negation of the statement. All right. St. Peter's, very carefully. All leopards are spotted. Miracle?
No leopards are spotted.
That's incorrect. Yes, Alphonsus?
Some leopards are not spotted.
Yes. Keta, with the same preamble, very carefully. Some footballers play basketball. Yes, Elena?
All footballers do not play basketball.
No, I'm not accepting that. For a bonus. The right answer, no footballer plays basketball. Opoku Ware School, with the same preamble, very carefully. Some students do not take French. Yes, Alphonsus?
All students take French.
You are right. St. Peter's, please listen carefully. Which of these statements is not included in Dalton's atomic theory? Your options: A, elements are made up of small particles called atoms. B, atoms consist of nuclei with surrounding electrons. Yes, Meku?
B.
You're right. Keta, which of these statements is not included in Dalton's atomic theory? Your options: A, Atoms of the same element may have different masses but the same size. B. Atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. Yes, Cyril?
A.
You're right. Opoku Ware School. Which of these statements is included in Dalton's atomic theory? Your options. A. Atoms of different elements have different mass and size. B. When atoms combine to form compounds, they do so in simple whole numbers. Yes, Alphonsus?
B.
2 out of 3. It's both of them. Both are included. Preamble to all schools. Please state the biological significance of the property of water which I will give you. I hope it's clear. All right. For you, St. Peter's, high heat of fusion. For bonus. The right answer, contents of cells and their environments are less likely to freeze. With the same preamble, Keta, high surface tension. Go ahead, Elinam.
It enables certain organisms such as mosquito and their larvae to reproduce on it.
To do what?
Reproduce and live on it.
No. For a bonus. It's not reproduction that we need to talk about here. Many small organisms rely on surface tension to settle on water or skate over the surface of water. It's also important in translocation of water through the xylem of plants. Opoku Ware School, with the same preamble, density of ice lower than that of liquid water. Yes, Alphonsus?
It prevents water bodies from totally freezing up during cold weather, thereby protecting the life of aquatic organisms, such as fishes, which are inside the water bodies.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. Also, if you have the frozen layer above, it insulates the organisms that are in the liquid part. So it's not just having a liquid part. If you still had the whole thing getting very cold, it would be a problem. So it's the insulation power that is also important. Next set of questions, I have a preamble. For each pair of experimental quantities, give the quantities that must be plotted to obtain a straight line graph without using logarithms. Is the preamble clear? All right. St. Peter's. The electrostatic force between two charges as the distance between them is varied. Mreku?
You plot the force against the inverse of the distance squared. A, force against the distance squared.
That's incorrect for bonus. Yes, Cyril?
The force is plotted against the inverse of the square of the distance. The force is
Yes. With the same preamble. The gravitational force between two masses as the distance between them is varied. Yes, Cyril?
The force is plotted against the inverse of the square of the distances between the two masses.
Yes. Opoku Ware School. With the same preamble. The force needed to stretch an elastic wire as elongation is varied. Yes, Alphonsus?
The force is plotted against the elongation.
Yes. The next set of questions are to be answered in 30 seconds. St. Peter's. 15 workers can build a road in 40 days. How long will 6 workers take to build a similar road? Yes, Mreku?
100 days.
You're right. Keta, 5 men can paint a house in 12 days. How many men are required to paint the house in 15 days? Yes, Elenam.
8 men.
That's incorrect. For a bonus, yes, Alphonsus.
4 men.
Yes. Opoku Ware School. 2 carpenters can roof a house in 7 days. How many clear days will 5 carpenters take to roof a similar house? Yes, Alphonsus.
3 days.
Yes. St. Peter's. Which classes of organic compound would have OH units in their molecules? Yes, Meku.
Alkanols.
Pardon?
Alkanols.
That's incorrect for a bonus. Yes, Alphonsus. Penalized for not responding. The right answer, alkanols, phenols, and alkanoic acids. I was not asking for functional group. I asked you, you said it twice. I was listening carefully. I heard alkanones. Keta, give one, only one isomer of 1-butanol. Clearly, please. Yes, Cyril.
2-butanol.
Yes. Opoku Ware School. Name the 2 stereoisomers of 2-pentene. Yes, Alphonsus.
Cis-2-pentene and trans-2-pentene.
Yes. St. Peter's. What name is given to the deterioration of a joint over time? For bonus, osteoarthritis. It's normally the cartilage that deteriorates over time. Keta, what name is given to the gravitational equilibrium organs found in several types of invertebrates? Yes, Elenam.
The semicircular canals.
That's incorrect for a bonus. They are called statocysts. Opoku Ware School. What name is given to the portion of the retina that contains most of the cones? Yes, Alphonsus.
Phobia.
You're right. St. Peter's. Why does a metal surface in a room feel much cooler to the touch than a wooden surface in the same room and at the same temperature as the metal surface? Miracle.
Okay, this because a metal is a good conductor of heat. And also, when you touch it, it conducts heat away. It conducts heat into your body away. But the wood is a bad conductor of heat, and hence it does not conduct heat away. Hence, the metal feels colder when touched at the same temperature as compared to the wood.
I'll give you 2 out of 3. You are right, of course, different conductivities, right? But what makes it feel different is the rate at which the heat is being conducted. So the metal will conduct it away much faster than the wood will. Keta, why is the temperature of air near the ceiling of a room without a fan or air conditioning higher than the temperature of air near the floor of the same room? Cyril.
Warm air has a lower density, so it rises to the top of the building, which is near the ceiling. And the colder ones have larger density, so they sink to the bottom. And also, the ceiling, which conducts the heat into the room, warms up the air which is above. And the ones which are below are denser, so they occupy the down bottom of the room.
2 out of 3. You are right, of course, but what you fail to add is that air is a bad conductor of heat. So even if you don't have these densities being different, right, in order to have the temperature even out, you need to have the air conduct the heat, and it will not do it well, and that is the reason why it stays that way. Opoku Ware School. When a mercury in glass thermometer at room temperature is placed in water at a higher temperature, the column of mercury falls before rising. Why is this so? Yes, Alphonsus.
This is because when it is put in the hot water, the glass expands. The glass that contains the mercury expands, and hence the mercury falls. But as it still remains inside, the mercury also receives the heat from the liquid, and it rises or expands. And hence the mercury expands relatively higher than the glass, and hence it rises.
You are right, of course. I'm going to give you 2 out of 3. You should have taken a cue from these guys' answers. Yes, the glass bulb will first expand, and so the mercury will fall in order to fill the extra space that has been created. Then there's a lag time. There's a short period of time for the heat to reach the mercury, because you know the glass is very poorly conducting, so it takes some time before the heat will reach the mercury. Next set of questions to be answered in 30 seconds. This is your preamble. Find the base number n, given that, that's the preamble. St. Peter's, 215 minus 126 is equal to 56. Yes, Miku?
9.
That's incorrect. Yes, Alphonsus?
7.
You are right. Keta, with the same preamble, 215 plus 126 is equal to 343. Yes, Cyril?
8.
You're right. Opoku Ware School, with the same preamble, 315 plus 574 is equal to 1000. Yes, Alphonsus?
9.
You're right. Last set of questions for the round. You will need 30 seconds. St. Peter's. A gold ore is found to be 70 parts per million. How much gold in grams can be extracted from a 5-kilogram ore? Yes, Meku.
3.5 grams.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 350 grams. Keta, a certain method of converting ethanol to alkanoic acid gives only 80% of the expected yield. How many kilograms of ethanoic acid can be obtained from 11.5 kilograms of ethanol? Molar mass for ethanol is 46, and for ethanoic acid, it's 60. Cyril, go ahead.
55.2 kilograms.
That's incorrect for bonus. The right answer is 12 kilograms. Opoku Ware School. An iron ore, iron pyrites, FeS2, contains 20% of the pyrites. How much iron metal can be obtained from 120 kilograms of the ore, assuming that the process is 100% efficient? Atomic mass for iron is 56.0. For sulfur, it's 32.0, and for FeS2, it's 120. That's the molar mass. Alphonsus?
11.2 kilogram.
You are right. Well done on that. And that's the end of the first round. At the end of the first round, St. Peter's Senior High School has 18 points. Keta Senior High School has 25 points. Opoku Ware School has 45 points. Round 2. In this round, I'm going to present a single question to all 3 schools, the problem of the day. From the time I ask you to begin, you will have 3 minutes in which to present your answer. The problem of the day is worth 10 points. Let's turn over our sheets and read the problem of the day together. Problem of the day. Canthal is an alloy of iron, chromium, and aluminium that is used for resistance heating elements. A certain composition which can be used to 1,400 degrees Celsius is designated A1 and has electrical resistivity 1.45 ohm millimeter squared per meter. A, give the resistivity of canthal A1 in ohm meter. B, determine the length of canthal A1 wire of diameter 2 millimeter that is needed for a 3 kilowatt element rated for operation at 30 volts. C, determine the minimum primary current of a mains transformer that powers the 3 kilowatt element of an RMS mains voltage of 200 volts. Contestants, this is your problem of the day. You may now begin. Please stop writing and present your answers. Contestants, you may pick up your answers and present them on the boards. I need to speak to a couple of you. When you get here, I'll talk to you. St. Peter's. contestants have presented their answers. Before we award the marks, let's look at the suggested solution from our consultants. This is a problem of the day in physics. We've been given an alloy of iron, canthal, a specific type, so it's canthal A1. And we've been given the electrical resistivity to be 1.45 ohm millimeter squared per meter. The first part is to give the resistivity of this alloy in ohm meters, so simple change of units, conversion. So the resistivity that has been given multiplied by 10 to the power negative 3 converts it from millimeter squared per meter to meter. So what we have is 1.45 ohm multiplied by 10 to the negative 3 meter all squared per meter, and that gives 1.45 times 10 to the negative 6 ohm meter, 2 points. The second part is to determine the length of the canthal A1 wire with a specific diameter of 2 millimeters that is needed for a 3 kilowatt element to be operated at 30 volts. The first part of this is to calculate for the resistance of the element which is needed. To get the resistance, you take the voltage, you square it, and you divide it by the power. So you have 30 volts squared divided by 3,000 watts to give 0.3 ohm. So now from here we can calculate the length that is needed. The length is given by the resistance multiplied by the area divided by the resistivity. Yes, we've already calculated for the resistance. The resistance is 0.3 ohms. So 0.3 ohms multiplied by pi multiplied by 1 millimeter squared divided by the resistivity, which is 1.5 ohm millimeter squared per meter. If we simplify this, what we'll get is 0.2 pi meter or 0.6 meter. 5 points for this. So for the procedure, if you're able to calculate for the resistance, that's 2 points. To calculate for the length and then give it in the right format, that process gives you another 2 points, and the final answer is worth 1 point. 5 points total there. Finally, we have to determine the minimum current of a mains transformer that powers this element when the voltage is 200 volts. So the current is given by the power divided by the voltage. Very simple. So 3,000 watts divided by 200 volts to give 15 amps, 3 points, giving a total of 10 points for the problem of the day. Now the contestants. Let's start with St. Peter's. Right conversion gives you 2 points. For the second part, honestly, St. Peter's, I didn't know what you were doing. A lot of cancellations, it is not clear what exactly it is you are calculating for. You have length there, but what you have there is not going to get you to the final answer which is needed. You needed first to calculate for the resistance and then move on from there. All right, so I'm not giving you any points there. It's not clear what you are doing. Then the last bit, which is to calculate for the current. You have the right formula. You substituted correctly, and I don't know what happened to you, the math. Because instead of 15 amps, you have 150 amps, which is obviously not right. I'm going to give you the 2 points for the process and no point for the final answer. So that gives you 4 out of 10. Keta, right conversion, 2 points. Then the calculation, you actually went through the process. You are calculating for resistance, you got that right, you substituted for length. What you had trouble with was the final answer. It's actually 0.2 pi, not 0.29. Something went wrong with your calculation. So the process is fine. I'm giving you 4 out of 5 for this. It's just the final answer, which is not right. So I'll give you 4 out of 5 there. Then the last bit, your formula is right. you did not substitute, and so you don't have a right answer. I'm going to give you 2 out of the possible 3 for that. Very generous. That gives you 8 out of 10. Opoku Ware School, right conversion, 2 points. Calculating for the length, right process. Calculated for the resistance was right. You substituted correctly. In fact, you might have been better off just leaving your answer in pi. Instead, you chose to do the 22/7, and then the math became all wrangled, and so you left the final answer alone. You didn't give us a final answer. But your process was right. Everything was okay with that. So I'm giving you 4 out of 5 there. Then the final bit is the resistance, is the current. No problems with that either. 15 amps, correct. And so you get 3 out of 3 for that side. So the only thing I did was take 1 point off for a final answer. So that gives you 9 out of 10. That's the end of the problem of the day and the end of round 2. You may pick up your notepads. Round 3. In this round, I'm going to give you statements. When you receive your statement, please let me know whether it's true or false. If you are right, 2 points. If you are incorrect, you lose a precious point. You may choose not to answer, in which case that statement becomes available to the other schools to ring for. Once you ring and answer correctly, 2 points. If the answer is incorrect or not forthcoming, penalty point. Best wishes to all schools. I'm going to start with you, Keta, your statement. Most fungi are unicellular organisms. Yes, Elinam.
False.
You are right. Opoku Ware School. Fungal cell walls are composed of cellulose. Yes, Alphonsus.
It's false.
Yes. St. Peter's. Fungi digest their food before ingesting them. Yes, Meku.
True.
Yes. Keta, an incandescent lamp is a non-ohmic device. Yes, Elinam.
True.
Yes. Opoku Ware. A PN junction is ohmic. Yes, Alphonsus.
It's false.
Yes. St. Peter's. A metallic conductor is ohmic at low currents. Mreku?
True.
Yes. Keta, in a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect the angles at their ends. Yes, Elinam?
It's false.
Yes. Opoku Ware. In a kite, the diagonals bisect the angles at their ends. Yes, Alphonsus?
It's false.
Yes. St. Peter's. In a rhombus, the diagonals bisect the angles at their ends. Yes, Mirku?
True.
Yes. Keta, Na2CO3 decomposes on heating to Na2O and CO2. Yes, Elinam?
False.
You are right. Opoku Ware. Paints made of lead trioxocarbonate 4 turn black with time in the cities. Yes, Alphonsus?
It's true.
Yes. St. Peter's. Calcium hydrogen trioxocarbonate 4 solution produces a precipitate when the solution is boiled. Yes, Mreku?
True.
Yes. Keta, different combinations of a trait can give an organism the same outward appearance. Yes, Elinam?
It's true.
Yes. Opoku Ware. The allele that has the ability to mask the effect of its complementary allele is known as the recessive allele. Yes, Alphonsus.
It's false.
Yes. St. Peter's. An organism's genotype is always determined by the phenotype. Yes, Mreku?
False.
Yes. Keta. When a circular copper plate with a central round hole is heated, the plate shrinks, but the hole expands. Yes, Elnam?
It's false.
Yes. Opoku Ware. When a circular copper plate with a central round hole is heated, the plate expands, but the hole shrinks. Alphonsus?
It's false.
Yes. St. Peter's. When a circular copper plate with an eccentric round hole is heated, the plate expands, but the hole shrinks. Mreku?
False.
You're right. Keta, cosine of 90 degrees minus A is equal to cosine of A. Yes, Elnam?
False.
You're right. Opoku Ware School, sine of 180 degrees minus A is equal to cosine of A. Yes, Alphonsus?
It's true.
No. That's a false statement. St. Peter's. Tangent of 180 degrees minus A is equal to negative tangent of A. Yes, Mreku?
True.
You're right. Last set of statements. Keta, electrolysis of molten KBr will require 2 Faradays of charge to discharge 1 mole of bromine gas. Yes, Elenam?
True.
You're right. Opoku Ware. During rusting of iron, the iron metal is oxidized initially to iron 2. Yes, Alphonsus?
It's true.
Yes. St. Peter's, last statement. During rusting of iron, the iron metal is oxidized only in moist air. Yes, Mreku?
True.
You are right. And that's the end of the 3rd round. Well done, contestants. At the end of the 3rd round, St. Peter's Senior High School has 38 points. Keta Senior High School has 49 points. Opoku Ware School has 67 points. Final round. In this round, I'm asking you to solve riddles. I'll be reading out the clues. When you are ready to solve a riddle, please ring your bell to get me to call you. Please, may I hear your bell, Keta Senior High School? Thank you. St. Peter's. Thank you. And Opoku Ware. When you ring, the answer must be ready. If you solve the riddle on the first clue, 5 points. On the second clue, 4 points. On the third or any clue thereafter, 3 points. There are 4 riddles. First one. I am among the many groups of fungi that comprise the phylum Basidiomycota. I often grow in semicircular shapes, looking like trees. Who rang? Yes, go ahead, Ruben.
Mushrooms.
That's incorrect. Did anyone else ring? No. I often grow in semicircular shapes, looking like trees. Okay, St. Peter's first.
Bracket fungi.
You're right. That was the second clue, 4 points. Next riddle. I am an SI unit. I am a base unit. I am the only SI base unit that is still defined in terms of an artifact. I am also the only base unit in the SI system with a prefix. Yes, Cyril.
Kilogram.
You're right. That was the fourth clue, 3 points. Next riddle. I am a thought. I am a transformation in the plane. In the line with equation y is equal to x. Yes, Cyril.
Reflection.
You're right. That was the third clue, 3 points. Final riddle. I am a binary compound with triatomic non-polar molecules. I am colorless and odorless. Both elements in my molecule are non-metals. I am easily compressed to give a solid, normally bypassing my liquid state. I am more, St. Peter's.
CO2.
You are right. I had started reading the fifth clue, 3 points. And that's the end of the fourth round. At the end of the contest, here are the final scores. St. Peter's Senior High School has 45 points. Keta Senior High School has 55 points. Opoku Ware School has 67 points. St. Peter's Senior High School, thank you for being here and for giving us a good contest. Unfortunately, we must say goodbye. All the best. Keta Senior High School, thank you for being here and for a good contest. You did well. Unfortunately, Opoku Ware was too much for you today. Best wishes all the same. Well done. Opoku Ware School, congratulations on winning the contest. You've done well, and I shall look forward to seeing you in the semifinals. Best wishes. Viewers, thank you for joining us for this contest. Next time, we'll bring you the second quarterfinal, featuring St. Louis Senior High School, Ghana Senior High School Koforidua, and GSTS. Thanks for your company this time, and see you next time. Bye.